Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another lower bracket quarter-finals. We are in EU. It is still console. We're approaching the end of the EU games I'm covering for Season 0. 07s in the chat. But we still have some hype AF games left. Loser of this game will be eliminated and have to wait for Season 1 in order to try again. Whereas the winner will be making their way through to that lower bracket semi-finals, where they will then be 2 series away from the grand finals. Let's see if they can do it. Black Panther getting secured. Console players, they love Black Panther. We're seeing Hawkeye and Psylocke getting banned away here. Bodyfish, a strategist player, is currently hovering the Storm. This is, remember, a Season 0 tournament game, pre-buffs to Storm. Buffs to Storm, nerfs to Hawkeye, Hela, and Doctor Strange. Buffs to Black Panther. Hela gonna get banned away here, as is the Lunar Snow. Mantis gonna be the second secure here. There we go, Bodyfish. They really like this Adam Warlock, which opens up the option for Unk's Cookout, our team on the left, to bring out that Star-Lord, but no. Hela banned away. They're considering the Loki anyway, though. Loki is still very strong. Currently, team-up value very much in favor of Fanum Taxi. But they have abandoned one of their team-ups by the looks of it, although they might try and carry it on. We'll see. They're swapping back and forth. Either way, let's introduce our teams and get ourselves started here. As we're heading into game number 1 of this best of 5 series, it's Bodyfish on the Adam Warlock, Hela Hater on the Namor, Flux will be playing Black Panther, D-Tank will be playing the Doctor Strange, and Queenie Sin will be on the Mantis, finishing ourselves off with Fish Finger. They will be playing the Magneto, and they are Unk's Cookout. On the right-hand side, it is going to be Fanum Taxi with Niatorka playing the Doctor Strange. Ohio Warrior, I promise you we are in Europe, they are playing the Magneto. Napleston is going to be on that Punisher. Fun to see. Jacob playing the Mantis. Polycarp on the Rocket Raccoon. They love this rocket. And Yuzo, making the most of that rocket team up with the ammo invention, will be playing the Winter Soldier. Big damage onto Queenie on the backline. Bionic Hook trying to lock down that Black Panther who escaped. No, picked off by Jacob on the chase. Tated Shock pressuring into this doorway. They've got the angle. Napleston picks up the double elimination, looking to try and make it a triple as they chase on deep. Queenie Sid goes down, Hela Hater and Bodyfish all taken out, full team wipe. Fanum Taxi will be claiming point number 1.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Very strong early performance coming in there. As we see the continued push, getting ourselves set up. Naple, one of the only Punisher players who makes liberal use of this culling turret, going to be setting up on top of the point. While that happens, let's talk about how our teams got here. Fanum Taxi in the lower bracket from round 10, got a 3-0 and then a bye before taking out Not Sus to make their way to this point, as Flux has picked up the double, forcing the rest of the members of Fanum Taxi to retreat. Down they go. Hela Hater swapping to the Squirrel Girl to make it happen. Another console Squirrel Girl player. Whereas Unk's Cookout, they were in the upper bracket in the quarterfinals, but they did have a bye to make it through to the semifinals where they lost against Goida team to find themselves down here. So we are seeing Unk's Cookout as the favorites for coming in from that higher bracket. Squirrel Stampede coming out as Final Judgment tries to burn through. Here comes the copy from the Loki. But where is it? What is being used as Bodyfish was taken out beautifully there. And Fanum Taxi continue to snowball through. It's just back and forth where Unk's Cookout find a pickup with Flux looking like to be the main finisher for the team. Whereas Fanum Taxi, they seem to just have more consistent momentum. They got that wipe with only using one of their ultimates, and that is the Punisher. That culling turret working great here. We just don't see it used that often, but it's working beautifully as they melt through Bodyfish. Down goes Flux, pushing on through, chasing them all the way out of spawn, trying to get onto Hella Hater. Tainted Shock gets the pickup. Bodyfish for one more, Bionic Hook, and Yuzo picks a very clean pickup. Fanum Taxi, they continue just to creep on forward. Smashing their way through here. Flux off the Black Panther. Bodyfish has brought out the Rocket Raccoon, and Flux bringing out that Punisher of their own here. The multi-angled shields to protect this turret. Able to get the extra turret health. Here comes Meteor Air by Vagamoto. Fish Finger into the back line, able to find a triple, quadruple. And Unk's Cookout, they get their own team wipe back onto Fanum Taxi. Yetoka and D-Tank, both of their Vagamotos getting used up here, which means ultimate-wise, we're still seeing the better positioning by Unk's Cookout, by Fanum Taxi, as they still have Meteor M, Final Judgment, Soul Resurgence, and the Kraken Impact, whereas Unk's Cookout, they have the Seer for Rocket Raccoon and the Soul Resurgence. They are about to, though, have Squirrel Stampede and the Final Judgment of their own, so those ultimates are charging up quite well. Here comes the Seer with the Final Judgment. Immediate Meteor M just to make sure they can try and get it done with Yuzo's been taken off onto that back line. Pushing through Unk's Cookout. They found their momentum here, picking up the double, looking at making a third ammo invention. Reload? What reload? As Flux pushes on through. Doing huge damage onto Yuzo, who's forced to take cover. Tainted Shocks getting some good damage output. Trying to get onto Queenie Sin. Getting some lovely shots. Take out the healers. Portal came down, but Punisher already taken out. Flux is down. Naples is down. Both Punishers have been eliminated here. Pressuring forward. Ammo Invention to try and melt through that front line. See ya for the side of Fanum Taxi. Kraken Impact. One again. Into the back line. Squirrel Girl. Two again. Onto the Mantis. Three, but taken out. Yuzo goes down. Bodyfish with the CF of their own, trying to keep their team in this fight as that car continues to creep forward. Push on, but not close enough. Fanum Taxi take the triple.
2, 3. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
Nicely done, Fanum Taxi. Taking a solid lead in this first map of this best of 5. Now all they have to do is to stop Unk's Cookout anywhere before that third point. Pressure is on, but not impossible. Any character swap rounds? Yes, we are seeing Flux bringing out their own Winter Soldier here, and Hella Hater has moved on to the Punisher. And we see this so often, especially in console games, where teams will just straight up copy the other's draft. Asia does the same when they have the triple strategist compositions. But Unk's Cookout, they saw how well Fanum Taxi's composition was working, and they just say, that please, we'll use it. This could be a bit of a bait, though. Bodyfish could just be setting up a BRB just to give us that extra armor at the start of the round. But they have grabbed one themselves, which does imply that they are planning on rolling out with this rocket.
3, 2.
Defensive positions on the high ground here, as once again, you kind of want to protect your team's Punisher if you can.
This is my firepower. I like.
Maple Sending shots downrange. A little bit of harassment. Portal up to the high ground. Niantorka sees it, which means we're going to see the low ground culling turret. Good damage onto Flux, but they are melting through. You can see the immediate movement by Ohio Warrior into that defensive position as Hella Hating is taken out, but the Seer will, the B will bring them back. But Flux will not be so lucky as they are taken down here. The teamwork out of Fanum Taxi to make sure that Maple is always empowered, that they're always getting the value that they need. They're protected, they get damaged, they get the ammo invention, they're getting several incredible plays here. Diving in takes huge damage, very greedy. Zia comes out, Bodyfish deep in there, trying to keep the team healed up with the bouncing healing balls, but not able to get it. Queenie Sid running back in, as is Fish Finger. As Fanum Taxi, looking for the hook, not able to find it, pushed back by Magneto. Turret on top of the box here, giving Naples another position. Jacob takes out Bodyfish, who was swapped off of the rocket onto the Adam Warlock. A little bit of extra protection for them here. Winter Soldiers trading shots back and forth, but they're not finding really any momentum here. Needing the healing, but having to wait for the cooldowns. Here comes Meteor M. It's not tagged. Ohio Warrior takes out Flux. Naple with the final judgment, trying to force them back another time with 2 minutes to go. They're trying to just melt through this front line as best as they can. The shields are good, but Bodyfish still falls. They continue to pile on the pressure here. Niantorka playing quite far forward, waiting for an opportunity to see if they can land that Eye of Agamotto. D-Tag, they're flanking through the building, trying to get the right angle here. Look at Niantorka playing hyper aggressive, waiting for the angle. Eye of Agamotto, pulled down by the bionic hook by Flux. Beautiful play, but it's not enough. While it was a fantastic counter, the team is still wiped off the board. But that is Eye of Agamotto removed from Niantorka here. 68% was set into the half cooldown, which means D-Tag has an opening where they can go for a big play here to try and set their team up for a counter. Try and bring them back into this match. As currently, Fanum Taxi have full control. Unk's Cookout for the full wraparound play. Onto the high ground. PRB is heading around the corner. Turret on top of the box. Sending in shots. Final judgment being protected, but the shield will expire. And Eye of Agamotto at the ready. D-Tag trying to get onto Niantorka. Niantorka has 88%. Here comes the rocket. See a beacon. That is an Eye of Agamotto. Only stuns out Jacob, but one is better than none. Flux with the Kraken impact. Able to get one reset, but not even get the down. They're stunned down by the Eye of Agamotto themselves. Taken down as Naples is cleaning up. The Karmic Revival was good, but it just let Niantorka and Naples pick up and fill out that feed. Blasting through with 14 seconds remaining. Niantorka, they have Portal. If they want to try and shut down to try and prevent this push, D-Tag has their own, but they're making their way in on foot. And as such, they will not be able to touch. That is game number 1 in convincing fashion. Nicely done. Yuzo taking that MVP, well deserved. Some of those hooks were absolutely terrifying. Setting themselves up beautifully here. Fanum Taxi putting on an incredible performance. And Unk's Cookout in a little bit of trouble. Unable to take that single point there. A total of 17 final hits. 17 eliminations total for the side of Unk's Cookout. Whereas Fanum Taxi, that is just their front line. Near Dolka with 10. Ohio Warrior with 7. That is 17 just between those two. Then you added 13 for Napleson. 17 on his own for Yuzo. And 6 for Jacob. Polycarp, as you can see, doing the classic Rocket thing. I got yelled at. I played a competitive game. I played Rocket Raccoon. I like Rocket Raccoon. I have a pretty solid win rate on Rocket Raccoon. I had someone in ranked yell at me for not doing enough damage on Rocket Raccoon. Excuse me, sir and or madam, and or anyone in between, but I'm trying my best. Learn how the character works before you yell at people about it. That's going to be match number 1. 12k, 17k damage from Napleston. 15k for Yuzo. Both of them out-damaging their contemporaries on the other side in terms of damage. Both tanks are also able to out-damage, but not able to out-tank. 25k for D-Tank. 23 for Fish Finger, which actually does almost exactly equal Ohio Warrior. Although Ohio Warrior was able to out-damage. Top healing, 20k for Polycarp, topping the healing output with that Rocket Raccoon. In exchange for basically doing no damage, you spam out those balls and you keep that team alive. That's going to be map number 1. Let's get ourselves set up for map number 2 in this best of 5.
Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create thoughts. Never waste time.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We're into the ban phase. As Fanum Taxi on the left, Cookout on the right. And we see Hawkeye and Psylocke getting removed. Mantis actually earning a ban out this time. Sorry, earning a lock-in this time. I always get that mixed up, but I just saw the hovers from Fanum Taxi and nearly had an aneurysm. Black Panther getting secured once again. It did get some play last time. Flux did bring it out. Did not work out in their favor. Whoa! Let's go! Rocket gets target banned. Well-deserved Polycarp. Showing the power of the raccoon.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
Hela is the final ban, but this does mean Bodyfish. They get the Loki. They're going to get that Lunar Snow combo. Hulk's available if anyone wants to do the classic Iron Man combo that just isn't being touched by either of these teams right now as we head into Yggdrasil Path. Hela Hunter, sticking with the Squirrel Girl. They like it. It's working for them. But not as to yet. Napleston, currently hovering to the moor. We'll see if that is what they run with. It is a defensive position, so not that out of the question. For the side of Fanum Taxi to bring this to border, especially as they do have that Lunar Snow. Botty is currently hovering Jeff. It won't make it out the door. Yep, there we go. Already back. Hela Hater. The Squirrel Girl. We have the Black Panther for Flux. Definitely a less standard meta team for Cookout. Ooh, Ooh, going for a different opening this time. Don't want to get themselves trapped out. They just choose to go for the wraparound play here. Let's see how well this Namor does. Being very patient here. Maybe getting punished for it as already getting dove. Frozen Spawn coming out, getting chased down by Black Panther, who is just relentless. You can see the chase, getting flanked, but able to back away, getting healed up. Good damage onto Flux. They've got a good angle finally, because their team has already been pushed quite far back. They're forced to retreat and just move into the defensive position. Both of their Frozen Spawns and Aquatic Dominions placed together here, right on the corner, punishing anyone who steps out and around. Squirrel Girl locking down Polycarp, but they're unable to get the final hits here. Everyone dropping low, but currently Fanum Taxi staying alive, but down goes Polycarp. Flux able to find the finishing blow, dropping low themselves though, healed back up and tanking through. Hugs Cookout getting good momentum this time, pushing through. They will try to cut off. Great corridor, good damage. But they can't step forward. In the meantime, Black Panther is still here. Aquatic Dominions up onto the high ground. Force the enemy to choose between attacking you and attacking your summon. But that is point one already taken. Uggs Cookout with crazy momentum at this stage. Ella Hater continuing to pressure in. That stun currently on, that root, sorry, currently on cooldown. Getting some good damage, not enough for the finishing blows this time. But still, piling on the pressure. High ground, Porter Proteus coming out, Niatonka playing quite far forward, might be looking for that Eye of Agamotto. Here comes the Meteor M, Bodyfish with the clone, but they're being pushed forwards. Down goes Niatonka though, Hella Hater taken out, and Bodyfish with that Magneto clone will go down, leaving just Fish Finger to wait their team out as Fanum Taxi take the hold. Finally able to push back on the momentum of Uggs Cookout. No hero swaps yet, sticking with what's been working up to now. Yuzo back it up. Flux going for a wide wraparound here. Wants to get onto that back line. Finds way to Soldier, gets damaged, backs out into their team. Very nice movement. Knowing when to back out, when to commit. Eye of Agamotto, Niatonka coming out, gets the stun onto Flux, and no one else but Flux is tagging through. Fate of both worlds going to be coming out, as is the Meteor M, but it finds no one as they try to push on through. Here comes the Soul Resurgence from Yuzo as they're trying to push on through. Sorry, from Jacob, as Yuzo waits with that Kraken Impact. They can see Queenie Sin so low, but they don't want to pull the trigger yet. And they won't get the chance for another few minutes as they get taken out. Flux dropped low, but finds Ohio Warrior with the help of Queenie Sin, able to back away. Portal coming in to try and stop them at that second point. Eye of Agamotto comes out, finds no one. Blocked by Niatonka, finding the angle. Yuzo being pressured, taking a lot of damage, no healing available. Meteor M to try and buy time, gets the pick up on the Queenie Sin as D-Tag is taken out by Jacob, but they're still very outnumbered here. They are respawning. Meteor M coming in, trying to block it with their body. It is tagged beautifully, Polycarp with the Fate of both worlds, and it looks like Fanum Taxi were able to get back in time to hold this. Counter portal coming out from Uggs Cookout, so now they are the ones with the reinforcements arriving potentially in the nick of time as they turn around trying to take out Dr. Strange. D-Tag goes down. Ohio Warrior getting healed up. Polycarp giving everything they have. Niatonka has another Eye of Agamotto, but might not be needed as Hella Hater and Flux go down. It's a chase now, and it's all about how many members you can pick off and how staggered you can make their eliminations. 2 minutes remaining as Fanum Taxi hold again at point number 2. Fanum Taxi currently in the lead in this series. Flux working their way through the window so they can take to that high ground. Trying to see, gets the healing from the Lunar Snow, very nice, finds the Maud. But the Maw, not even knowing they're there, able to back up to the rest of the team. Bionic Hook, Flux to the high ground, tries to escape, but Yuzo on point here. Meteor M into the backline, but it's protected by Jacob with the Soul Resurgence, turning it round for their team so that they can push on in. Yuzo is holding on to this Kraken impact forever at this point. Waiting for the last minute by this rate. Barnacook doesn't find anyone. Forced to back away. You can see Flux is still causing issues. Fast Descent, dropping Yuzo low. Here comes the fate of both worlds. Polycarp shutting it down as Nablestone is already down.
It's okay. Admit it. You need me.
They're pushing on through, giving it the best protection that they can. Eye of Agamotto comes out onto Yuzo, and Polycarp both go down as Naples tries to hold through the choke point, but Unk's Cookout, they have the momentum, they've got the numbers, and they're going to be taking point number 2 with 38 seconds left. Flux rejoining their team.
Now might be a good time.
Knows there's an Amor through that gap. Looks to see if they can find anyone worth picking up. Dive in. Kick in. Going deep this time for the retreat. Taking a lot of damage. Maybe enough a bit more they can chew here, but no regeneration domain from Bodyfish. Buys them the time they need to retreat to their team. But positioning has been taken by Fanum Taxi as they hold the line right now. They have 3 ultimates compared to the 0 of Unk's Cookout. Although Queenie said is just about to get theirs. Not in time to save Flux though. Horn of Proteus, Eye of Agamotto, Kraken Impact and Soul Rejuvenation. All available for Unk's Cookout. Only Fate of Both Worlds available for Queenie Sin, and that's matched now by Polycarp. The siege damage coming in, trying to set themselves up for the right engagement here. The Atolka push in, but back out. Not overly committed. We can see Flux on the back, though, is trying to do some damage onto the backliners. Eye of Agamotto came out, but Flux has already been taken down. That is the Horn of Proteus. Onto the damage takes on D-Tank, who is dropping low. Squirrel Stampede as they push on through. Fate of both worlds from both teams, kind of shutting down any extra engage. Kraken Impact was used. Not able to find the finishing blows, but the cooldown is still there. Could try and find someone, but no! Stun down with the Eye of Agamotto will shut down the resets for Yuzo here. Oh, Iron Warrior protecting their team as the Fate of both worlds thanks to the clone of Loki. Bodyfish buying time for their team, but they will go down. Meteor M trying to take out Queenie Sin, but Queenie Sin gets the counter stun. Tanking through, dropping low, taken down on the side as the Adolka joins the fight and buys the time. 18 seconds left, gotta hold them off the point. Bodyfish buying some time. You can see Fish Finger was off to the side with a little bit of a sneaky wraparound to try and touch it, which they will with 2 seconds left. We will see Fish Finger on the point. Meteor M for the backline finds no one, not a single person. Fish Finger will now be buying the time for the rest of their team as they can stand on the point as Flux is piling on the pressure, making sure that they have the space to try and push through. Bastard Sense sedated, shut down, Flux in trouble. They're getting the healing from their team though with the Fate of Both Worlds. Was a little bit of extra healing. Eye of Agamotto stuns them out though. Polycarp with the defensive healing, and Unk's Cookout are running out of tools. Fanum Taxi getting picked off, but Yuzo, they have the one tool that could be needed. Bastard sent back already. Down they go with Unk's Cookout. Tanking through Portal to make it back to the point. As they push on in, we're in overtime, but there is spawn time. They're running from spawn, trying to make it. They need to touch as that card cruises in to victory. No, Magneto has touched the point. Polycarp buying a little bit of extra time. Napo with the Horn of Proteus into the backline. Regeneration domain comes out. Kraken Impact. 1, 2, looking for 3. Trying to get the damage up. This could be their saving grace. 3 again. Dodges the Eye of Agamotto. Looking for 4. Trying to take out Strange. They get him. 5, 6. They've done it! Oh my god! Yuzo, the most patient Winter Soldier we've ever seen, holding on until the last possible second. But it worked. But it worked. They hold it at 2. It's essentially 3, but they prevented an overtime scenario. Now we're in a situation where Unk's Cookout have to stop them before that 3rd capture. If they don't, then Fanum Taxi go 2-0 up in this series and will be on match point. Removes a lot of the pressure, preventing that third cap. Now, I mean, it's still rough. You basically have to make the whole distance, but you avoid the tiebreaker. We have that visual bug once again with Unk's Cookout. The icon's not showing, but it is the Punisher. It is Magneto sticking with that Loki, the Lunar Snow. And they are going to bring their own Namor here. Hella Hater going to be picking that up. Naples currently standing still. Are they considering a swap for their attack here?
3, 2,
Or are they just AFK? Nope, they're awake. We're going.
help get that vehicle
The
to its
Atalka.
destination.
Following the frontliners. Flux already setting up the turret. Will get melted down. The Strangers trading whips. A lot of pressure being dropped, tanking through as best they can. And try and push through. A lot of pressure being added here. Unk's Cookout rolling back, but nowhere near as fast of a retreat as Fanum Taxi had when they were on defense. Fanum Taxi are creeping forward, but they have been held at this point here. The Namor's trading Octopi back and forth. Big AoE damage coming out, but the healing output is good. Fate of both worlds, propped by both healers as Naples was dropped super low. Polycarp dropping theirs to try and keep their team alive. I have Agamotto at the ready with the Horde of Proteus being dropped. It might be a setup, but they choose to leave it. And this time, Fanum Taxi, with their momentum, will take the cleanup here. Hella Hater moving off of the Namor, bringing out the Squirrel Girl, which through the portal, AoE damage, but down goes Flux right off the bat. They're caught in a tight enclosed area. Kraken impact, Yuzo with the team wipe once again.
Keep up the momentum.
And we are seeing Fanum Taxi. So patient last time, but this time on hyper-aggression mode. Pushing all the way back to the rotation point so that they can try and zone the enemy team out. Let that car make its way forward. But the wraparound, we have to see the retreat out of Ohio Warrior. Pulling back. Good damage. Meteor M. Whoa! Blocked immediately by Doctor Strange. The counter is good. Here comes the counter. Meteor M from Fish Finger. Getting onto Yuzo as Flux with the final judgment. Gets some good DPS, but they are taken out by Polycarp. Two people on the high ground, but they are too focused on topping up the team and healing them up. A little bit of a knockback onto Polycarp. Getting the heal from their team, though. Horde of Proteus. I have Agamotto countered to buy time and make sure that no one falls, and it works perfectly. Squirrel Stampede comes out. They will get Jacob. But numbers heavily in favor of Fanum Taxi as they get the full team wipe. The car makes its way onto tier number 2, and they now have 5 minutes to push on in. If they can hit that third point in 5 minutes, then they are in a great position. Bodyfish sniped by Polycarp. Polycarp, you can never say, you physically cannot say that they play Rocket because they can't land hits or get pickups. They play because they know it's a good healer because they are clearly landing hits, getting eliminations, and being a huge menace. The protection coming out with no Fate of both worlds. Jacob is forced to use the Soul Resurgence to keep the team up. Bodyfish has now swapped over to the Namor as Hella Hater is on the Mantis. They've done this before, where they bring it out the Hella Hater onto a hero that plays a little bit more like Hella, that Mantis, in terms of how their shots work. The damage output. Meteor M for Ohio Warrior finds Fish Finger. Queenie Sin taken out as well. The numbers of Ug's Cookout are falling. They're trying to hold on as Flux has dove into the backline. Blast Descent to buy him a little bit of extra time to get some pressure onto the backline, but they are not the only one touching that point. Tanking through, staying alive. Ayamagamoto is sidestepped, tanking through, but Polycarp, Fate of both worlds, is healing the team. Strange and Magneto go down. Hella Hater tries to touch, but that is Fanum Taxi.
Score 3-2.
Fast and efficient. They make their way on. They take that point, and they will take the score to a 2-0 match point for Fanum Taxi. One win away from Fanum Taxi, making their way on to that lower bracket semi-final. The pressure is on. There's very little left for Ug's Cookout. There's nowhere for them to go. No backups for them to take. It's the reverse sweep or Season 1 now, as Season 0 is slipping from their grasp. Graphs? Good job, Mouth. Fanum Taxi, though, one step closer to the grand finals. If they can take this, the semi-finals and the lower bracket finals, then they will have made it. It's a long journey, but they've got this far. 13 final hits for the side of Flux. Once again, putting on quite the performance. But 21 for Yuzo, 11 for Napleson. 39 damage blocked compared to 57 for Ohio Warrior. Niatoka taking a lot of damage but not tanking it this time. On the other side, 52k for D-Tank, 46 for Fish Finger. Both performing very well here. Healing output very close, but the winner is going to be Polycarp with 47k. An incredible performance from both these teams, but we are seeing the momentum continuing to lean in favor of Fanum Taxi. Let's get ourselves set up for map number 3. Match point for Fanum Taxi. Can we see Ug's Cookout pull an incredible reverse sweep turnaround? Or is their journey for this season over? Let's find out after this short break. Oh, like, comment, subscribe, become a member if you want to support me. Much love. See you in a bit.
You got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. And when they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
We are back in. Fanum Taxi on the left, Ug's Cookout on the right. It is Billy the T'Challa, and we are in domination. And we are seeing Mantis getting banned out this time by Ug's Cookout. Very interesting. Black Panther getting removed here. Flux causing a little too many issues for the side of Fanum Taxi. Now, what is their secure? What do they choose to save and protect? Hey, Rocket's back! They protect Polycarp's Rocket Raccoon. It is locked in. Hawkeye also making it through to the stage. Haven't been seeing much of that recently. What is the third bad with Rocket in play? Is it worth banning out Punisher or Winter Soldier? No! They're going to take out the Doctor Strange, remove the Italka's main pick, and Hela will be removed.
Pick your hero.
Very interesting.
Or villain. I'm not judging.
That is a Thor being hovered by Ohio Warrior. Interesting. As the Italka will be moving on to the Magneto, Ohio Warrior is now freed up to play something a little interesting, a little exciting. Yuzo looking at Hawkeye instead of the Winter Soldier here. This is a pre-nerf Hawkeye, as once again we're in Season 0. D-Tank is currently hovering on a Namor. Is this gonna be a triple damage? That wasn't meant to be an accent, but it did drift into one. Don't know where it's from, though.
30 seconds.
Brain just sort of made noises that time.
So you have decided to join me in the fight against
Iron Warrior is hovering over this Thor, but they are standing still. Are they going to commit to it? Looks like they may actually be committing to the Thor, whereas Unk's Cookout are currently looking like they may commit to this triple damage. D-Tag is still playing the Namor. They have the shield from Rocket. They're going for it.
Got it?
Triple duelist. Moon Knight, Namor, and of course, the Hawkeye. A little bit of damage being sent in. Nothing too hyper-aggressive as of yet. Of course, the team with a bit more tankiness has taken the defensive position.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Maples up to the high ground. They're really trying to push them back. Really just trying to punish Unk's Cookout here. You don't want to have tankiness? Then we will just melt through that front line. Push you back. No Doctor Strange, so no teleporting onto the objective. If they can bully him out, then that may just be the vibe here. Iron Warrior looking for the wraparound play here. Not finding anything yet. Polycarp spamming the heals. Moon Knight has been abandoned. And we are now seeing a Psylocke, who was stuck through the bads, and yet was ignored by Fanum Taxi. Ohio Warrior dropping low, but getting healed up, dropping huge damage, tanking through, and smashing the front line here. Trying to get onto Flux. Not able to do so. Flux sneaking away. Flux playing a healer this time, by the way. It is Bodyfish who is playing some damage. Flux is on the Cloak and Dagger. Ohio Warrior breaking down some of that side wall, removing cover. A little bit of poke, a little bit of harass, trying to get their way through this Magneto. Culling turret expires, but damage already done. 73%. Can anyone step up? We've got the tanks back. Here we go. The Incredible Hulk making its way into play. They could, in theory, swap to an Iron Man if they wanted to try and bring something else here with their two damage dealers. But that is no longer a hold. That is a Bruce Banner. Zoned out, trying to get damage. Behold the God! No, this is pre-buff Thor. He does not have that unstoppable while he's in that God of Thunder, but down he goes. Meteor M smacks through Lux. Counter for Fish Finger, trying to find someone. Gets some damage on the backline, but not enough to finish the job. Polycarp dashing through their team to make sure that they are protected, to give them that extra tankiness. But the point has been touched, is the point, by Unk's Cookout. But down they go. D-Tank, next tankiest body to try and make their way onto the point, but they cannot touch in time. Bodyfish not counting as a body while in that Dance of the Butterfly. They are off the point. First objective, Stellar Spaceport, is claimed as we head The warrior falls. Momentum very strongly in favor of Fanum Taxi right now. One map away from closing out this series. Do we see any swap arounds?
30 seconds
Anything
before you attack.
different?
Get ready.
How does a creature so small lift a weapon so large?
Good question.
Same as you, pal. I'm worthy. Wanna trade?
Verily you must jest, Rocketeer.
Nah, it was worth a try.
That's a really good opening line. I like that. Hey, Rocket, respect the hustle. He made the attempt. I love the opening lines in this. They're so fun.
Mission area.
Also, hi Travis Willingham.
I like hanging around Groot because he gets
A little bit of pressure. Nothing hyper aggressive as of yet. The high ground being taken by Unk's Cookout. Napleson just poking away for the moment. Fish Finger taking a lot of damage as they have also once again gone for a copy, bringing out a Thor of their own here. Going in, hyper aggressive, trying to get some of that extra damage. The Mjolnir Bash. Final judgment from Naple off to the side as the Thors are in a battle of worthiness to try and find the strongest Thor. What has helped though? Fishfinger chased back, forced to back away as Ohio Warrior continues to hold the throne. Storm Surge to navigate the map. Find them the right angle. Culling turret has been dropped once again for Napplestorm. Nappleston, sorry. A little bit of poke. We got Yuzo on that Hawkeye as well, just down the hallway. Finds a wraparound here. Fishfinger and Flux. In fact, everyone coming down this one route. But that's going to be the terrain collapsing, meaning they now have to come the long way round. Great opportunity for Fanum Taxi to close out the area, charging in. Lightning Realm being dropped by both of them so they can go in deep. Both of them trying to transform with the Awakening Root to get the extra damage, but Fishfinger, they're both so low, getting out with the Storm Surge, trying to stay alive. Here comes the Fate of Both Worlds, though, to try and tank them through, getting that little bit of extra protection as Ohio Warriors trying to focus onto the back lines to take down any of those healers. God of Thunder finds no one. Hella hate against Yuzo, though, as they're able to turn this round. Naple is dropped low. Jacob with the Fate of Both Worlds to try to keep anyone alive, but who is left? Who is still here? They've got Rocket, who's being chased down. They've got the Adonka, who is tanking through. Polycarp is in a duel with Magneto, a match that he would absolutely lose in real life. Everything he has is metal. Hand of Khonshu coming out, finds no one near. Adonka takes out Bodyfish. D-Tag eliminated. And that is going to be the position. Zoned out and held. A convincing 3-0. Going over to Fanum Taxi. They will take the map and the series. They will be moving on to the lower bracket semi-finals. And are one step closer to that grand finals and potentially even becoming your first Marvel Rivals EU console champions. Pressure is on, but they've got momentum. After a performance like that, they absolutely have momentum. 10k healing for Flux, by the way. Absolutely performing on that Cloak and Dagger. Really showing up for their team there. Top damage, 9k for Napleson. Very solid performance, but 8 eliminations. 8 final hits for Yuzo. Finding targets, taking them out. Top damage tanked. Going to be by Fishfinger, who actually came in and did some solid work, tanking both of those games. Still 10k for both Ohio Warrior and Nia Stalker, though. They did a great job. That is it. Bit of a short one today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this series. I have been Tetcher. Tomorrow's games. What is tomorrow's games, actually? Let me get the bracket up quickly so I can tell you what tomorrow's game will be. I'm pretty sure it's the lower bracket finals, because then we have the lower bracket semi-final. We have the lower bracket semi-final, then we have the upper bracket final, then the lower bracket finals. Yeah, that's the order. Lower bracket semi, upper bracket final, lower bracket final, grand final. So that's the order. So next game is going to be the lower bracket semi. So tune in tomorrow to see if Fanum Taxi can keep up the momentum, or if they will have to try again in Season 1. Thank you all for watching! Have yourself a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time.